Now joined by Dillon Tate, newly acquired from the New York Yankees in the Zach Britton deal. And all the way down at the far end there is Dean Kremer, acquired in the Manny Machado trade. First off, welcome to Baltimore, guys. We appreciate you stopping by to spend some time with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Let me just ask you, for both, in regards to the trade, were you caught off guard that you were dealt?
A little bit. It's a little bit of a shock at first, but it's bittersweet. But ultimately, we're both happy to be here.
Dean?
Yeah, same for me as well. I knew that there was a little bit of a possibility that I'd be on the trading block because I hadn't thrown in a while, but at the same time, a shock nonetheless. But definitely excited to be here.
Guys, I was traded a couple of times during the course of my career. Early on, I started 5 years with Minnesota and then got traded to the New York Yankees. And I fell in love with Minnesota. The minute I got to the big leagues, of course, you know, you see all the new uniforms and the better ballparks and everything that goes with it. And I was so brokenhearted when I had to go to the New York Yankees. And later on, I felt, you know, from the Yankees, I said, well, I fell in love with the Yankees and then got traded to the Orioles. I didn't like coming to the Orioles at first. But how did it feel for you guys? Did you feel like a little bit of betrayal on the part of the ball club, or did you feel sad leaving all your friends and what you thought was going to be a future with that ball club?
Well, it's a business first and foremost, so we know that's part of the game, and it is bittersweet leaving your teammates and the coaching staff because you made so many good relationships with everybody. But I'm happy for this new opportunity that I have, and I'm excited to be an Oriole.
Dean?
Yeah, same goes for me. Bittersweet. Love the way the Dodgers treated me. I always feel like you didn't do enough or that somebody else wanted you more, but definitely excited to be here.
Dillon, you were the fourth pick in the draft back in 2015. The Orioles have two players right now, Bundy and Gosman, are also the fourth players picked in the draft. How did you feel when you went so early in the draft?
It's an honor, honestly. You know, I was in a good draft with a lot of talented players, so you know, just very fortunate and very happy.
Now, Dean, you were from Israel. I mean, you played on the Israel team, right, in the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, I wasn't born in Israel, but I do hold an Israeli passport, and I did play for their national team as well as their WBC team. Amazing experience. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Now, when you look back at some of the things that you've accomplished, I mean, what's the most important thing to you, Dillon, so far in the minors? I mean, what have you shown the teams? You know, you've been with Texas organization, you've been with the Yankees organization. What do you think you've shown most to the teams?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Well, in other words, like, what stands out about what you've done so far in the minor leagues?
I think probably my just ability to go out there and compete and just grind through outings and just really piece something together when I may not have my best stuff, and that seemed to be something that I've continued to get better at. And as much as I want it to be, you know, a huge chunk of improvement with one pitch or you know, just competing against certain guys that I don't do well against, it's been just piecing outings together and just grinding through things.
Now, what about both of you had a chance to be on the field before the rain came, and you got a chance to meet some of the Orioles players? What was that like?
It's unbelievable. It's like dream come true. Getting to see the big league field and meeting the guys. It's an amazing experience. It's a beautiful field.
Dean, if you could evaluate yourself at this point, I know as I went along, I always tried to match myself up with the players that were already there ahead of me. How do you guys feel like you match up with these major league players like now? Like, how far away do you feel you are? What do you have to do in order to get yourself in the light of a big league team?
I mean, I'm 22 years old. At the same time, I feel like I'm close, and at the same time, I feel like I'm far. I know that I've got a decent amount of development left to do with my secondary pitches and fine-tune them. So
yeah, that's a lot like
right.
I'm talking about. You know, how far away, what is it that you have to develop? Your curveball, your slider, your changeup?
Definitely, I mean, you can always sharpen your fastball command, but my slider and changeup have been a little bit of inconsistent throughout my season, and just been trying to improve those every outing.
Dillon, how about you?
Like Dean said, first
close?
and foremost, fastball command and the improvement of my slider as well. But it's tough because it seems like you're really far away, but at the same time, you never know what can happen. And it's something that you always hear other guys saying, you never know what can happen, and you're close, you're close. So it's just a matter of being a little bit more consistent with a few more pitches, and that's what the guys do at the big league level. They're just more consistent right now than we are, and we're just slowly but surely getting there.
Yeah.
Dean, how about evaluating what you did at Bowie the other night with the 6 innings?
Yeah, how about that?
Had a decent outing. Went 6 after not being on the field for a while. It was definitely good to be back out there and competing. I definitely missed it.
Dylan, how about now? You're going to start Sunday, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and obviously you're looking forward to that. But do you think you got to go out there and make early impressions really big now that you're in another organization?
Honestly, the only thing on my mind is just to go out there and just continue to do what I've been doing, and that's competing hard and just going out there and figuring out a way to win.
Well, Dylan, we appreciate you stopping by. Dean, we appreciate you coming
Thank you
by.
for having us.
I want to go out and warm you guys up right now, man.
In the mud.
I wouldn't even care. I just want to see that good fastball and those good breaking balls you guys got. I've heard a lot about you so far.